to impose Sharia law. Enjoy Hassan's trip to arguably the single gayest event on the planet, the Gay Pride Parade in West Hollywood, where he lives. He pretends he's immersed in gay culture while secretly plotting how to genocide West Hollywood gays in the name of Allah. You don't think New York City mayor would love to have Sharia law in New York City? Says turn New York red. Hashtag Doge New York. It's incredible how fucking stupid you can be. Once again, a clear indication that this person is suffering from Hassan derangement syndrome, you know? I never thought that John Podhoretz would be addressing me like this on the timeline, claiming that I am not woke necessarily, but actually invested in the murder of all gay people, Islamic style. Fucking awesome. It's pretty funny. Anyway, let's get back to what's going on in Lebanon.
Into Marjayoun is difficult and dangerous. All around here is fighting. There are constant Israeli airstrikes and Hezbollah shelling, trying to stop the troops advancing into South Lebanon, but also hitting villages in northern Israel. Lots of hits along the road on the way in. The town's water supplies have already been bombed. We see the evidence as we enter. We've negotiated special passage here with the town's officials and the Lebanese army, who are still very present in the town. Marjayoun's geography makes it a key position which Israel is keen to control on its eastern front. The town sits on a hill overlooking the Litani River Valley, and Israel wants the river as its new border or buffer zone, taking an extra 10% of Lebanese territory. The backdrop of bombing is ever present. The windows shook. Did it land? You never get used to this, though.
You see? Siren. In Israel. The border coming sound.
That's the Israeli warning sirens going off as Hezbollah rockets are fired. This Hezbollah drone heading for Israeli tanks shows just how Shia Muslim villages in the south have been significantly damaged. The Israeli military insists its invasion is to rid Lebanon of Hezbollah militancy. Troops are making advances in the south, but it's taken a month to secure some border villages, and they're taking casualties. But Marjayoun is largely untouched. Its saving seems to be its predominantly Christian population. There are constant patrols to ensure no outsiders from the mainly Muslim villages around them can enter the town. Marjayoun's officials have had warning calls from the Israeli military, ordering them to turn away their Muslim neighbours fleeing the onslaught. If they're given sanctuary, the town too faces attack. It's been denounced as ethnic cleansing by human rights groups. And this is what happens if Israeli orders aren't followed. Israeli troops are on their doorstep with positions in the next-door village of Hayem. The townsfolk of Marjayoun tell us they've no other choice but to obey them.
You can see what's happening all around. If you don't take the order, you will be
literal Nazi shit, bro.
And this is what we are afraid of.
The
like a
bulk of
1 to
the town's
1.
residents
It's 1 to
have
1.
remained in their homes, worried if they leave, they'll never get back.
Well, we've got quite a lot of supplies.
And supplies of food and medicine are dependent on aid groups prepared to run the gauntlet of potential fire.
Are you feeling a bit trapped and cut off here?
For sure. Too much. Too much. Too much stress, too much many things. And we need, the people call us for medicine, for cash. Nobody have money now.
The medical staff work and sleep here. The main health facility is running as an emergency field hospital now, ready for mass casualties, but any war wounded are stabilised and swiftly transported out of the area.
If the situation will grow and will be more critical, if they will go, we'll be the last one who will go from here, not the first one.
UN peacekeepers are in the middle of this violently changing landscape. Their blue helmets are no longer any guarantee against attacks on this battlefield. We found an Indonesian group helping out on the outskirts of Majaun, despite losing 3 of their colleagues in 2 separate attacks just a few days earlier. And we saw yet more families trying to flee.
How scared are you feeling about the situation?
Anyone who's not afraid is stupid, they told us. And they're on top of 1 million already displaced, with few safe places to run to. Majaun's residents are definitely anxious. They've been here before. The town was invaded and occupied by Israeli troops and an armed militia for decades, and they're fearful of a repeat.
If we forbid any intruders or Hezbollah to come inside Jdadat Marjayoun and shoot from inside Jdadat Marjayoun, I think we will be safe. But nobody knows the next days what will happen. Okay, we are trying our best.
That may not be enough. Israeli airstrikes on Marjayoun's water sanitation plant have made life a lot more uncomfortable. The bombing of critical civilian infrastructure is seen by human rights groups as a tactic to force people to leave. So far, Marjayoun residents are staying put, but they've no idea for how long. Alex Crawford, Sky News in South Lebanon.
قبل 3 قرون إيران لم تهاجم أي جار من جاراتها. يقولون لأن حلفائها يقولون
وكلائها وليس حلفاء.
الحلفاء
ليسوا في نفس المرتبة.
لا طبعا العقلية الأمريكية تفرض على من يتماشى معها لأنه وكيل. إيران لا تفرض هذا على من يتماشى معها. لهم أجندة وطنية، يقفون أمام إسرائيل في لبنان، يقفون أمام إسرائيل في غزة وفلسطين، وإيران تحترمهم وتقف معهم.
تقف معهم. وصلنا لمنطقة محظورة. عفوا.
يعني احترم عقل المشاهد.
هنا نختلف دكتور حسن.
هذه
That's crazy to say that on Al Jazeera. For the record, that motherfucker might go to jail. Like Al Jazeera has, I mean, look, Qatar is like more woke than all the other Gulf countries, but let's be real. Since the Iranian retaliation started, any kind of defense of Iran is considered not appropriate. Yes, guys, I'm sorry, I can't read the fucking subtitle. I'm eating, okay? No, I will not be repeating what I will not be giving you a summary of what he said.
القاصي والداني يعرف أنهم يأتمرون ويتسلحون بإرادة إيرانية خالصة.
I have I swear to God, I've spoiled you silly, all of you.
يعني هل تقول لي يعني لا تفهم أنتم تفهمون هم حلفاء إيران أنتم تعلمون ما الذي
دعونا نستمع إلى وجهة نظري.
دكتور حسن معلش احنا نفهم تساقط الصواريخ والمسيرات بشكل يومي دون مبرر لا مسوق أخلاقي ولا قانوني على دول الخليج وعلى منشآت مدنية.
هل من الأخلاقي أن تترك الأراضي والسماء والبحر تستخدم ضد إيران؟
لم يتم استخدامها.
أنت شريك في هذه الحرب.
أنت
شريك في هذه الحرب.
أنا شريك.
لا تقبل هذا.
ما هي القرينة؟
لا تستطيع
أن تستخدم. ما الدليل؟ أعطني دليل. لم تكتفوا بتصريحات من القيادات. لم تكتفوا بسعي خليجي.
لماذا ضربتم 3 مقاتلات في الكويت عائدة من إيران بعد قصف إيران؟ لأنه اشتبه بأنها إيرانية. لماذا تضرب طائرات التزود بالوقود في الرياض؟ لأنها أمريكية
والتحقيق
كل الجنود الأمريكيين الذين جرحوا وقتلوا في هذه الدول.
مقابل كم مدني وكم عسكري
3 مرات الرئيس ترامب يشكر 5 دول بالاسم، لم يكذب دولة منها، لم تكذب هذا
وأنتم لم تكذبوا أي اتصال مع قيادات إيرانية.
دعونا نستمع إلى رأي
إذا كنت تصدق ترامب إلى هذه الدرجة فصدق أيضا ترامب عندما قال بأن لديه اتصالات بقيادات إيرانية.
It's funny that I mean, look, for those of you who are listening, there is one panelist that is just straight up saying, who kind of weirdly looks like me a little bit as well, but he's just straight up telling to the faces of all of the other Gulf panelists, like Gulf Nation panelists, that you can't have your cake and eat it too. You literally have American bases. Of course, Iran's going to fucking strike the American bases. It's insane that you think that you could have like security contracts with these countries and then have the Gulf regions. His name is also Hasan too. Saying that it's totally ridiculous to expect Iran not to retaliate when the countries are being used as a launching pad for this war against Iran. And the other panelists are basically saying, "Oh, how dare you say that? We're totally blameless here. We have nothing to do with this, yada, yada, yada." The reason why I said it's like kind of brave for him to say that is because Al Jazeera has straight up, I think Al Jazeera, two Al Jazeera commentators or journalists where they got in trouble. Al Jazeera claimed that they were doing Iranian propaganda or something, which is, well, again, a sign that the state, no matter how woke they are in comparison to the other Gulf states, a sign that the state is like changing its messaging strategy, changing its attitude in general. In Bahrain, they executed a Shia citizen for taking a photo or taking a video of impact sites. Well, not executed, but he died in prison under mysterious circumstances. Yes.
لماذا لا
الإيرانيون كذبوه أيضا. ما في قائد في أي دولة من هاي الدول الخمسة كذب أنه
هناك
دكتور هذه جزئية مهمة. اسمح لي فيها. خطاب صاحب السمو أمير الكويت في العشر الأواخر من رمضان أكد بخطاب دبلوماسي راقي وجهه إلى القيادة الإيرانية بأننا قدمنا إلى الإيرانيين عبر القنوات الدبلوماسية والإعلامية والمنابر الدولية أننا لن نسمح على الإطلاق باستخدام أراضينا أو أي من قواعدنا كانطلاق للعدوان.
ألا يكفيك الخطاب
لماذا تصدق
لا ينظر لما يرى يعني
إذا لماذا تصدق ترامب؟
Let's go directly to David in Uxbridge. Hi, David.
Oh, hi, Vanessa, and thanks for taking my call.
It's such a pleasure. But what do you see going on here? It feels kind of chaotic and kind of almost on the precipice of yet more disaster, doesn't it?
That was the adjective I was going to use. I think this really feels like a disaster.
Yeah.
And it really feels quite worrying. You know, I think it was really preventable.
We're back with LBC.
You can critique, the Islamic Republic. They were at the negotiating table twice when Israel and America bombed them, and that doesn't create an environment to get an off-ramp as well, because I think what that's taught the Iranians is that they have to be in it for the long haul and inflict as much pain on America and Israel to possible to teach them a lesson. And I think the difference is they have a plan and a strategy. And while they're suffering, like militarily, they can't match them. But they have, they knew that. But they have a plan, which they're, unfolding, and it's really like it is a disaster, for America. And I think recently as well, you're seeing a desperation that America and Israel are starting to attack civilian infrastructure, which has been described as a war crime again. And that's galvanizing, as much as a lot of Iranians, they might oppose their government and their regime, but what I'm hearing is it's galvanizing support. Like that attack on that bridge, they do what's called a double tap. That means they attack the bridge and they wait for the rescue services to arrive, and then they hit them again, and then you kill 11 people. And this is what's happening daily. And I think obviously the Western media, they focus more on the pilot, and I hope he's rescued. But he will be as well. He will be a prisoner of war, and and if Iran, capture him, they should treat him under the Geneva Convention, but he'd still be a prisoner of war and not a hostage. So I wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
But I think you're looking at a catastrophe, and I think in America you've got deeply ignorant, deeply unpleasant people. All of this could have been for, people that, I think there's smart people in America that could have told them it could unfold this way. But Trump surrounded himself with zealots. I think the influence of pro-Israel groups as well play a part. So we've got himself and he's got the world into this awful situation, really. So.
And so, how would you describe your personal level of concern? Are you fearful? Are you still feeling as if it's something that's going on far away, involving other people, and may involve us financially, but it'll be, it may be very hard, and we may be feeling the pinch and the smarting of it for years, but financially, or are you worried that somehow we might become embroiled in it, or people you love might be embroiled?
Well, they are. My daughter's out in the Far East. She's studying, so I wonder how she might get home. So just personally, I worry about that. If there's, travelling and fuel shortages. But I think about the global economy on fertiliser, on the global south. There's all the things that our way of life, and we can survive. But you could be looking at massive food shortages. A global depression, and when global depressions hit, it's always the poor that suffer. So I think you've got these, I would call them Trump vandals, real, how you've got to look at American society and say, how does it elect somebody with these pathologies, really? And I feel, and how he gets influenced by lobby groups, and how we've got ourselves into this mess. Because, and I don't want to say I'm an apologist for Iran, they need to, but this could have been.
Bro, I love these fucking callers on LBC. I don't know how this, what this lady's worldview is, but every single time we watch LBC clips on this broadcast is always one of the most based British people you've ever fucking encountered in your goddamn life, going up against a classic liberal guy who's oh, well, what do you mean, Israel? Israel's doing terrorism. Oh, how dare you, sir? And then the caller will be yeah, I support the Iranian regime. They've not done a genocide. Judging by my limited knowledge of LBC callers, I would assume that approximately 65% of everyone living on this island is actually straight up a Maoist third worldist, If I were to make an assessment off of what British politics looks like, what the attitudes are, that's what I would assume.
Resolve diplomatically the nuclear problem.
Possibly. Let me talk to John in Brighton. Hi, John.
Hello, yeah. Well, I think it would be good if Iran captured this American airman.
Because?
To use him as a bargaining chip to stop this madness, stop this. Trump has lost the plot, and it's just out of control. This war now is not about Iran or the Iranians. It's about American interests, other interests. It's not about the Iranian people or Iran. It's just, You know, it's completely gone off track. And
do you think that's because there was no real plan? There was no kind of detailed strategy from the very first? It was just kind of having a bash kind of a thing without thinking it through?
Well, I think, obviously, initially they were saying about the nuclear program, which is fair enough, and possibly the regime. But then it seems to have gone off where you got Hegseth going on about they're bombing this, they're reducing them to the Stone Age, they want them to live in caves. You got Trump repeating similar things. I don't know where I don't know where that's come from. That seems baseless. They just became power mad, and obviously now mistakes are happening. Some things are starting to go wrong. Iran has got power in various ways to control the Straits of Hormuz and other ways. So they can't. America can't control the outcome. It can't get the outcomes it wants.
So, question: will it escalate, or will Trump find some kind of way to extricate America?
I think he'll try and get out. I mean, but in the meantime, there's still going to be. We don't know what other war crimes are going on. It's just turned into a great big war crime, I think, and. You know, Iran needs to have some way to bargain with them to stop them. Unfortunately, if you catch their airman, he's a big bargaining chip. It's just the way it is. You see what they do when at one of their.
Well, I didn't think I'd take a call from anyone saying I hope the Iranians catch the airman and use him as a chip. But you think that would be an indirect way to
when they lose one of their men in action, crashes. They will do what they send in a whole team to rescue. They send in helicopters.
They're already doing it. They've done it. They're doing it.
They do to recover it. So it's a big issue for America and American people. So unfortunately, it's just the way it is. I don't really hope it.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be mistreated by Iran as well.
Susie from Margate, I think, sharing my incredulity. I couldn't quite believe what I'd heard either. She's,
dude, what the fuck? What the absolute fuck is going on? Why are these guys so woke? Like, am I racist towards the British? Don't answer that question. I know everyone's going to say yes. But, like, I didn't think that any Westerner, let alone a British one, would be capable of doing analysis like this, would be capable of saying those words. I feel like the blokes are fucking woke, mate. The blokes are fucking woke. Pitch rescuing the pilot as DEI welfare behavior trying to save a loser-ass bitch. What? No, that's not going to work. Americans get very sensitive about that stuff.
says, I can't believe what I've just heard. This gentleman saying that it would be good if Iran captured this pilot to use as a bargaining chip. This is disgusting. You should be sued. Who should be sued? Who do you think should be sued for the fact that our caller in Brighton thinks that? He's entitled to think that. And actually, his reasoning was actually fairly logical.
Oh, my God. What the fuck? This lady is also being responsive? What is happening, dude? Is England just like a totally different planet since the last time I visited? What the fuck's happening? She just got hit with the woke rate? Yeah. It's because you only get the dumb as mongrel chatters in here, and the ones that are offline are woke as fuck. Yeah, usually when I have anyone who's European in the chat fucking stand out in the chat, it's usually an Asmongold fan who is just like, yeah, mate, mega, get the fucking Muslims out here, defend England. Keir Starmer's a fucking nonce, lad. We need to fucking vote in Nigel Farage. Or someone that will fucking fight to defend Israel. That's right, lad. You just fucking love the Muslim countries, right? Fucking hell. You love the Muslim. Yeah, sorry. Get with the times is Rupert Lowe now. You're right. Yeah, we fucking love Defend Britain. Simple as. Fucking hell. We love jerking off. We love fucking jerking off to the AI. To the AI ladies wearing the fucking... Wearing the British skirt. Right? With the purple hair. Fucking hell. Having a wank. You know who I'm talking about? I'm sure you've seen it. They're all of the fucking right-wing perverts in the UK love this like purple-haired AI woman that they invented that's supposed to be fucking that's supposed to be like a placeholder for like an alt lady that is Amelia the girl. Yeah. Yeah. Is what we talked about on the pod. Euros are even more bipolar politically than the Americans. Is either a third worldist commie or a literal Hitlerite. There's no middle there. No, which side of TikTok are you on? It's not even TikTok. I've seen it on Twitter. They love fantasizing about, yeah, here it is. Meet Amelia, the British schoolgirl with purple hair who has become the far-right social media star. Amelia, an AI-generated British schoolgirl, or a purple-haired goth girl, has exploded across social media channels. The avatar was created for a computer game 2 years ago under the British government's anti-terrorism program, aiming to deter young people from extremism. That's right. And now, the right-wingers have decided the AI-generated character named Amelia, a purple-haired British schoolgirl starred as a goth girl, has gained online attention as a viral figure. She's often depicted waving a Union flag and expressing racist views in memes and AI-generated videos. She is shown enjoying pints in pubs and reading Harry Potter, while in other clips she wears a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement uniform and forcibly deporting migrants. Now, that gives the game away, right? Like this goes back to my theory of like modern fascism is just like under the banner of MAGA. Because if you're like a British racist and you're like an EDL guy, why the fuck do you care about ICE? U.S. Customs and Border Patrol? And it's also psychotic that these guys have like invented an alt girl that happens to fulfill this like fantasy that they have about like alt girls who are, you know, racist. And they keep posting it. It's not even a joke. They post it all the time. All right, here's a good overview.
Amelia is an AI purple-haired goth girl originally created for an anti-extremism computer game generated by the Home Office.
By the way, generating a anti-extremism computer game is so funny to me, honestly. It's so hilarious, dude.
But now, an increasingly outspoken, anti-Muslim, flag-waving so-called English patriot. She has become very popular, and here she is in action.
I'm Amelia. I'm English, and I love England. I like having fish and chips and a pint at the local pub. I like pork, sausage, and dogs, and fashion.
This character has essentially been...
Get it? Like pork, sausage, and dogs. Like they're saying they think that like pork products, like they think Muslims are like vampires and pork products like operate like garlic against Muslims. Same with like drinking alcohol. Same with dogs. They're like, oh, Muslims think dogs are dirty and haram or something. I don't fucking know what these dumb fucking racists believe, but yeah. So it's like. It's entirely designed around like, yeah, keep England English, yeah, fucking hell. It's very weird.
Taken over, and it's staggering that how quickly this has proliferated across the internet. The middle of last week, from nothing at the start of January.
Yeah, the right-wingers from here in England get upset over everything. They're the biggest snowflakes known. They complain about every and anything. Also true, they hate our halal food shops here. Yeah, but they also love it too. Like they are the first to fucking complain about Muslim invasions or brown people coming into the island. But then they're also the first to eat curry, you know? They love the fucking food. I love not washing my hands before church and wearing shoes when I pray standing. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, a bit of a curry chippy, yeah? After I'm done doing a fucking hate crime, innit? We do a fucking hate crime at 9. Get the chippy, curry chippy, at 10. I love halal snack packs, yeah? Fucking hell. Hate the guys that make it. Love the fucking snack packs.
There were 12,000 posts involving this character in one day. The other thing that's perhaps most...
Yeah, I'll be getting a Chinese. It's time to get a Chinese. Yeah, it's pretty funny because, like, a lot of those, like, alt-looking girls are, you know, usually anarchists, Marxists, socialists, like, very woke, right? So these guys couldn't find a single woman that could fit that profile. So instead, they just invented one through AI. It's so pathetic.
About this is Elon Musk himself has now retweeted an account which has created a cryptocurrency behind this particular meme. So you can now get an Amelia coin because, let's face it, right-wingers need another cryptocurrency. But Elon Musk is now promoting that. And this is monetizing hate. This is one of the clearest examples we've ever had of somebody trying to make money out of right-wing hatred. And, okay, we get hatred from all sides on the internet, but this is very clear where this is coming from. And the AI account, for example, Andrew suggests is English. I'm of high confidence those videos did not originate in England. They were made outside of the country as disruptive tactics through deepfakes and...
Yeah, I mean, it does seem to me like outside intervention, but it is definitely not lost on me that there are plenty of dumb fuck gammons in Londonistan who are willing participants in this. They're like actively, desperately begging to be duped, right? But this is what I was talking about, chatters. For those of you who are wondering what the fuck I was talking about with like the pervy guys that do a little wank, yeah? Fucking hell. After a long day of working at the racism factory, I sit down on my computer and I give it a fucking bloody wank. I'm fucking gooning. I mean, not that's a different. They mean something different when they say gooning. One of the funniest racists in Londonistan, obviously, is Tommy Robinson, who is an agent of Mossad, but also the United Arab Emirates. So it's always very funny when I hear Tommy Robinson talk about like UAE related shit. And it's so transparent that he's getting paid. Like he's a foreign agent. And all these like dumb fuck racists can't even do racism right. Same with like dumb fuck nationalists who can't do nationalism correctly, where they have no investment in national sovereignty at all. Right? It's crazy to me that you're like, oh, I'm a fascist, yeah, I'm a nationalist, yeah, England first. And then the outcome of that, the manifestation of your entire political worldview revolves around being a servile little cuck to the United States of America and the right-wing movement here. Like seeing British people who are like England first, yeah, wearing MAGA hats, which, you know, spell out make America great again, is so unbelievably stupid. I'm like, how do you not see what you're fucking doing, dumbass? Like, you can't even be racist correctly.
Felt that it would de-escalate the entire conflict. That's why he felt it was a good idea, although it did seem somewhat extreme and quite an interesting way of looking at it, if not to a sort of slightly convoluted way and maybe dangerous, but I don't know if anyone should be sued over it. John says, Trump said he was going to release his health plan in 2 weeks, which he never did. The war and countless other things were always in 2 weeks. There is big money, invested interest, pulling his strings and making the decisions. That's John in Leicester. Ian, I hope the pilot escaped. If not, Iran will follow the example of of Israel and the US and shoot the enemy on sight. Apart from any human cost, I can kind of see Jack the Giant Slayer narrative with Iran and the US, like Zelensky and Putin. Look at the way Iran is sending 50 Bob drones to draw out defense missiles costing millions, says Ian. And John says, if Iran, currently the nation of mad belief, and its dissemination by lethal force proceeds with its nuclear projects, then so much the worse for the country's survival. Let there be war before it's too late. This conclusion also is not reached by rocket science, is it, says John. Let's go to Billy in Shipley in Yorkshire. Hi, Billy.
Hi, Vanessa. I was just wondering how it's going to play out if this chap who's been shot down gets captured by Iran.
Yes.
And, the president said previously about McCain, John McCain, that he doesn't regard him as a war hero. He doesn't like people who get captured. And I just wonder how that's going to play out for him.
Well, what are you thinking, though? What are your thoughts?
I'm thinking, how does he then call this guy a war hero if he does get captured? Like I say, it's all sort of projecting into the future, and we don't know what's going to happen, whether he's going to get captured or not. But I just think that this shows that Donald Trump's firing from the hip comments. They just show him up, really, don't they?
Let's go to Ahmed in New Malden. Hello, thanks for ringing.
Hello,
Hi.
Vanessa.
Hello.
Yes, I just wanted to say that I think this could escalate. If it does escalate, it could now obviously involve the whole region. And Dubai, Abu Dhabi, all these countries probably will be annihilated in the process, which I think Dubai is already empty at the moment. So the thing is, I'm surprised everyone is just talking so casually about pilot or cost of energy going up and so on. But what's behind it? It's the illegal, unconstitutional, military attack on a sovereign country. I'm not in favor of any religious leaders running any country, whether they are Christian, Muslim, or Jewish. I'm not in favor of any of it. But it's a sovereign country. So if another sovereign country attacked one of the Western countries, will we just all stand by and let it happen?
Well, I don't know. Have we stood by? Did we have any option?
Well,
it just happened, and it erupted.
UK media, American media, they are not condemning the illegal and it's war crimes. In any other language, it's war crimes. But that's what's happening.
But, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it did happen. It happened with Ukraine, and we saw how the Western world reacted to that. Versus when Israel and America do it, we're seeing how the Western world reacts to Israel and the United States of America doing unlimited war crimes in Iran, unlimited war crimes in Lebanon, unlimited war crimes in Gaza. And the reality is, like, we have no leg to stand on,
40,000 civilian protesters against the regime being shot or killed in the streets. I mean, it's a question of the kind of the nature of the regime, isn't it? Or you don't think that matters at all?
Sorry, did you count these people yourself?
Did you? Did you count them yourself? What kind of a fatuous question is that? Of course, I didn't go there and count them, but it was reported in all our most reputable papers and all over the media that was the number of protesters killed, and they were just ordinary people protesting against a regime, and they were killed for it.
Please, if I can just say, such figures are all trotted around by the detractors, interested parties. They can say 50,000, 100,000. What is happening, the humanitarian disaster that is happening in the Middle East, why people don't condemn that?
Well, you think nobody has condemned what you think is a disaster?
Not in the language or by action they need to.
All right, I thank you. Thank you for the call, Ahmed, and with an interesting perspective. Let's go to Malcolm in Bodmin. Hi, Malcolm.
How are you?
I feel like it's not even an interesting perspective at all at this point, given the tendencies of LBC callers to have such a shared third worldist understanding. It's actually unbelievable how many British people that call into LBC are just like, yeah, honestly, I think it's awesome what Iran is doing. What the fuck?
Right. So what are you looking at? What do you think is the prospect now? Do you think that the shooting down of this airman, this US airman, is going to materially affect the direction of what happens next? Because certainly our reporter in New York seemed to think it was going to have a very big impact.
Simply 2 points of clarity, right, for your listeners, for me, for everybody.
Good.
Any American who is watching this news channel, reading any serious newspaper, must be looking at the leadership here in Britain and thinking, oh my God, if only. If we had Starmer as our leader, this war would not be happening. Then, Vanessa, the caller, the caller, which is the point you're not making, the caller 2 calls ago, who said that Trump, in his first reign as the wannabe king of America, said, John McCain, I can't stand the man. He was a loser. He got shot down. He lost. He got shot down. So, look, they're searching, the military, Vanessa, are searching for the second crew member of the shot down plane.
Yes.
And those military now will be thinking in their minds, we got to get this guy out, and we are being told to do things. We're sending planes up on insane missions where we've got a king reigning over us who just does not respect us. He thinks we're losers when we are shot down. And Vanessa, the real point I'm ringing is to say this, right?
Yeah.
The war in the Middle East.
Can't hear you. Talking to the phone because I can't hear you. The war in the Middle East.
Iran, increasing numbers of reports indicate the clashes are happening between U.S. and Iranian forces. I mean, people are saying that the clashes are still ongoing, but Jack Murphy, who seemingly is like fairly reliable, has already reported that the F-15, the F-15 weapon specialist was recovered alive, was escaping and evading massive firefight. Iranians were actively looking for him in the area. So, U.S. Air Force 15E weapon systems officer has been recovered alive after ejecting over Iran yesterday. Journalist Jack Murphy reports. He said the WSO was evading capture on the ground as Iranian forces searched the area with a massive firefight reported at the recovery site. Murphy's a journalist and military commentator who previously served in the U.S. Army Special Operations, including as a Green Beret. He's the co-founder of the High Side, host of the Team House podcast, and reports on national security and covert operations. Did he at least get Cuba Day before jumping in? I don't think he got the Cuba Day. If they recovered him alive, then he did not have the Cuba Day, you know? Iran, increasing numbers of reports indicate that clashes are happening between U.S. and Iranian forces in the area where the U.S. pilot is suspected to be. Thousands of people, citizens and tribesmen, are heading towards the area of clash between U.S. forces and Mujahideen of the Guard. But so far, Jack Murphy's the only person that has confirmed this, so we don't know yet. Iranian state-linked Tasnim News, citing a military source, claims U.S. forces are bombing areas in the southwest Iran where a missing pilot may be located, alleging Washington has lost hope of recovery and is attempting to kill him. Source added, we will not announce whether the pilot is in our custody or not, and accused the U.S. of not telling the full truth about the first crew member's U.S. claims was recovered. Separately, Iranian officials reported U.S.-Israeli strikes and at least 4 killed during the recovery operations. In Dehdasht, a city in the Khogilie Boyer Ahmed province in southwest Iran, 4 people were killed and 1 wounded after a telecommunications tower and the Qussia broadcasting center were struck, according to provincial officials. The site is part of a local communications infrastructure, suggesting that the strike targeted media or signal capabilities rather than conventional military base, though authorities said details remain under review. Trump refuting claims of health issues. Oh my God. I'm alive, y'all. I needed some time to relax and bounce on some dick. I'll go back to being president when I feel like it. ... I get it, guys. I get it. Yes, Trump is he's not dead in Walter. It's just, I know you know, but the story about the pilot recovery is obvious pivot away from the fact that they dropped the plane. Yeah, I mean it's still an impressive operation that they are able to conduct, and I do think that it shows. It definitely shows that the Iranian defensive capabilities, at least in that area, are weaker than expected. So, yeah. Geez, saw my compliment. I was just casually praising him. Who knew he had so many fans? The average daily viewership of the live is around 30,000. Could reach 60 to 70 during breaking news. I remember he was top figure in overseas keyboard politics circles. Honestly, the Chinese tunic really accentuates broad shoulders. Is he really reading them out one by one? Now I get why he can stream for so long. So detail-oriented. No wonder he's always holding various drinks. The sheer volume of words is insane. Mainly because he looks really handsome when wearing it. Buddy reading the comments and got himself happy because the Chinese tunic suit is really handsome, giving off a vibe of a foreign friend. Every time I read the comments on BDBD, they give him enough emotional value. Hell yeah. I love Chinese netizens, man. Chinese netizens are the best. Unreal levels of glaze? Yeah, okay, why can't you be like that, chatter? Huh? Ask yourself that question. Why can't you be like Chinese netizens and write beautiful prose? Did you show chat when you vibed out with a cat yet? I have not. Are we American netizens? Yes. American netizens are unfortunately not the best. Let's be real. I said Gaza the cat, sense that I'm Turkish, in parentheses, natural ally to cats. Shoykat Chakrabarty and I hung out the other night after my speech at the University of San Francisco Law School. We filmed a couple things. He showed me around town. He showed me important cultural landmarks in San Francisco. And places that he loves and enjoys and appreciates, people that he loves as well. He says, Omar has been a staple in this community for over 20 years. He and Major are the heart of the block. So glad I could surprise him with one of his favorites, Hasan the Hun. More coming soon.
That's one here. Whoa. I haven't seen that happen before.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. Yeah. It's cool as hell. We're about to go see Omar and Major. They are the guardians of this block. I used to live down the street right there. I go to Omar's all the time. Anytime anything happens in this neighborhood, Omar knows. You go talk to Omar. Hey, Omar. I brought a friend.
Hi. I can feed him?
Yep. Back in 2010. My life changed forever when I started watching the Young Turks.
Wow.
I swear to God. The Young Turks and Bernie Sanders.
That's one here. Whoa. I haven't seen that happen before.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. Yeah. It's cool as hell. Whoa.
That was...
Whoa. That's how you know you're a good person. If a cat wants to jump on you, right?
You got your back.
Thank you.
I'm serious.
Gotta get his back.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right, take care, Omar.
Nice to meet you, Major. Get why people are they want to protect what they have here. You know what I mean? San Francisco is unlike any other California city in many ways. It feels like you are in a totally different state, maybe a totally different country, really.
All right, man.
The cat just thought you were a scratching post. It's true. Cat jumped on there because small head, lots of space for cat. Yeah, Omar does have motion. Fun fact, Omar actually recommended both me and our political director directly to Shoykat. Not only does he bring the neighborhood together, but quite literally brought our campaign together. Epic crossover with Hasan the Hun. It's true. We need to be mean to keep you down so the glaze don't get to your head. We can't have it be normal size. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. It's like as soon as we watch something nice, you guys just went from talking about how Chinese netizens glaze me, and automatically you got to take me down a peg. Okay, I can't even be here. I can't even be here having a good old time. You know, speaking of cats, wanted you to see this ideology merger I made for my cat. Wait, what? Oh, shit. That's fucking dope. Oh my God. That's fire. Jampod defended me. Let's take a look.
Now, Hasan Piker might not be a household name, at least among adults, but ask your kids. As a prominent voice on the left is now driving a wedge between Democrats, and for good reason. Hasan Piker's past and present is checkered with controversial, if not outrageous, if not bigoted state comments like this one.
America deserved 9/11, dude. F it. I'm saying it. We totally put it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit.
He said XYZ, controversial. He said shit that's even
losing
bigoted.
their fucking mind.
CNN. Even in his most extreme, these niggas are talking about what he said about 9/11. Like the broader point wasn't that American foreign policy during the 90s.
But when that happens
perfectly
again, after
created
this,
the conditions for 9/11.
But when that happens again after this Iran war,
that nobody
and
wanted.
let's just say I get on it, I'm like, well, I mean, the U.S. kind of deserved that shit because, you know, the shit that they've been doing with Iran.
Watch.
Oh, fuck. What did you just say? Nah, gang.
We just bombed a school of 175, like, little girls dead.
Yes.
Nigga, yes, the U.S. deserved 9/11. And if you disagree with that, you haven't done enough research.
You haven't done enough research.
How many people do we kill every day in these conflicts since 9/11?
Since 9/11.
It was like 3,000 people that died.
Yeah.
Some 3,000 people that died in 9/11.
The motherfuckers that died in 9/11 deserve to die. No, that's not what we're saying.
No.
Yeah.
Unprompted wars of aggression and choice create civilian casualties.
Yeah. The same
Duh.
thing they're saying
And
is,
the
hey,
one time
the people in 9/11 that died, should we care more about them than the people that we have murked in Iran already?
If you say yes, the only reason why you have for yes is that they're American, those other people are brown.
That's racist.
That's why
You're
we
racist. Like, this is where we are.
That's why in order to have a principled anti-war stance, you should acknowledge that, hey, the more we do this, the more likely you are to create scenarios like 9/11 because you're killing these people's civilians for whatever goal you have, and you're gonna inspire somebody to want to kill our civilians for whatever goal they have.
Yeah.
That's why you have international law, so shit doesn't break down and become law of the jungle.
Literally.
But who's been violating international law at every turn? Us. And who's been genociding and doing a 9/11 every single day for the last couple years? Israel with our weapons. So when you try to make it a high horse, I can't dare believe someone like Hasan would even approach saying something like that.
As we're contributing to a genocide.
As we're doing the cycle again, the Iraq war, Iraq shit again.
Our politics lead now.
Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah, dude. Let's go. The Jam Podcast, everybody. Go subscribe. Hasan doing his Norm Finkelstein impression of world's most vindicated man. I just have good takes, man. I can be vulgar. And when you first hear it, especially because it usually goes against what you've been conditioned to believe, you might hear it and you go, what the hell is this guy saying? It's unbelievable. But give it enough time, be charitable, and think it through. Okay? And you'll understand what I'm talking about. Maybe give it a couple years. You know, sometimes it doesn't take a couple years. Sometimes it takes months. Sometimes it takes days or weeks. You know, things move very fast. So who knows? Took me a 5-year ban. Damn, it's a long ass time. What are your thoughts on the fact that the Piker Broadcasting Service is a free service funded by View the Viewers? I love that. That's how I operate, you know? Piker Broadcasting Service is sponsored by you, the viewers, for you, the viewers. Your voluntary contributions in the form of a $6 a month subscription or a free one in the form of a Twitch Prime are what allows me to maintain my editorial independence and gifted subs as well. All right, situation monitoring update. Iran fired at least 4 missiles towards Beersheba Beersheba, and Dimona. Mayor of Arad says several explosions have been heard in the Dimona area. Kuwait Petroleum Corporation says a fire broke out in the oil sector complex in Shuwaik following an attack by Iran. New York Times says a major satellite imagery provider, Planet Labs, is indefinitely withholding access to imagery over Iran and the conflict region more broadly, citing a request from the U.S. government. No, Donald Trump is not in the fucking hospital. Donald Trump has been in the White House the entire day. Donald Trump has not been in the hospital. He's not in the hospital. He's in the fucking White House. Here is Selena Wang, senior White House correspondent for ABC News. As of 5:04 p.m. Eastern Time, there's Marine sentry standing outside the West Wing, which means President Trump is president of the Oval Office. Trump had executive time on his public schedule starting at 8 a.m. today. The White House issued a lid for press at 11:08 a.m. Why is it that every single fucking day? Why is it that every single day there's another one of these like very clearly hastily put together narratives about Donald Trump dying or Benjamin Netanyahu dying, and then people just like lean into it? Is like, I get it, it's hope core for you, okay, but stop being silly, please. I don't understand. And then it's definitely worrisome. It is definitely worrisome how much I see this mentality amongst those who are of the liberal variety, of the leftist variety. It's just very strange. Wait, Netanyahu died? No, man, he did not die. Popular leftist rumor hates his fans having dreams and hopes. No, I just have I will always autistically defend the truth, okay? No matter how hard it is to hear. That's it. I've always done this. What makes you think I would do anything different? This is what I do. This is what I've always done, and I will continue to do it. Okay? Even if it's not in line with my goals, even if it's not in line with my agenda, I'm just going to still offer proper analysis and try to go through misinformation. You got to stop finding the most predictable things surprising. Any day there's a lid, aka no president on camera, people are going to fanfic. It's the least shocking thing. Yeah, but it's still weird. It's still strange. Like, presidents do lids all the fucking time. Doesn't mean that they're dead. I don't know. Yes, new guy unlocked. This guy, I think, is a Nazi or something. Nobody's ever spoken like this. Mark Moran, nobody's ever spoken like this, man. This is an entirely new spec cadence, and his arms aren't emphasizing what he's saying. They're just moving with no rhyme or reason. This is literally like how an alien was speaking, act, and try to blend in.
Richmond, Virginia, Patrick Henry said, "Give me liberty or give me death." My name is Mark Moran. 250 years later, I'm saying the same thing.
He looks very strange. And he has the arm movement of a magician. Like, he talks like a magician.
Today, I'm going to announce that I'm breaking free from the Democratic establishment. Now, I'm going to run for United States Senate as an independent. I'm doing that because I'm putting our country first. I'm putting it above these divisive issues that the left, that the right, and our corporate media control. I want to talk about big, bold ideas that will save this country. We can't afford homes.
I don't trust this motherfucker at all. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know what he's up to, but there's just something about it that I can't get on board with instantly. Instantly. There's just something crazy. Hasan sold out. What? Satan Yahoo dead. Hasan, stop capping. I feel like Hasan sold out when he attacks independence. Guy who just can't comprehend anything. He just hears someone claim they're independent and then immediately believes that guy and then turns around and attacks me because I'm attacking an independent because I sold out.
We can't afford health care. We're dropping bombs on another country at the behest of another country. we're entirely controlled by corporate institutions. We make it so that when we take out a 30-year mortgage to buy a house, over 50% of what we pay over that 30 years, it goes to the bank.
It's also, wait, his pants are unzipped. And he's not even wearing a belt, even though his shirt is tucked in. And what the fuck is up with this? What the fuck is up with this bullshit, dude? What is up with this fucking Zoran Mamdani walk and talk shit that everyone is doing? I didn't realize it was going to be like this. Everyone's doing it now. Everybody's doing it, brother. Holy moly. Jesus Christ.
We're ripping off the middle class with our tax code, that the elites who are controlling us get loopholes while we don't. We need to simplify everything in this government, but we need to fundamentally restructure and turn this around so that it works for the people. Everything is wrong, and it's because money controls. That is not the system that our founding fathers designed. And I'm here to say that. I'm running as an independent because this message is about much more than me. It's about the idea of America. We're 250 years in. We have to have big, bold, beautiful ideas to change things. And it's up to us to not fall into the trap that Washington warned about, of being divided by political parties. It's time for us to unite, to realize we can close our borders. We can earn our citizenship.
Oh, thank God he's independent. Never mind. Yeah, now I know how independent he actually is. Oh, got it. This reptilian hasn't got full control over his new skin. Yeah, this guy's... I mean, he's just so weird looking. I don't know.
And the right to vote. And that we can do this together. And we can put America first. We can put the Commonwealth of Virginia first. But it's up to us to take it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah.
Like that.
Big, beautiful, bold borders. What is this? They'll patch it up. Hi, I'm part of the puppeteering team that ran the Mark Moran bot for this ad. I just want to apologize. Our team were last-minute replacements that didn't really have time to familiarize ourselves with this rig. We expect a more lifelike Mark Moran in the second ad. Yeah, I don't... How strange. How strange. Look at this old tweet for him, lol. I see a lot of people that are saying there's a vibe shift going on in society, but what if I told you there's something much more profound? The fifth great awakening is beginning in front of our eyes. There have been 4 periods of awakening in American history, and we just ended the 4th. The awakenings are periods of reoccurring political religious cycles that last about 60 to 100 years, and we have 3 phases that are about a generation long. The 4th awakening began 60 years ago in the mid-60s and just ended. Now we're about to begin an era of the rise of the belief in equality of opportunity. Why do I say that? Well, because history repeats itself, and the new 5th awakening period will be like the second great awakening, with the rise of the belief that anyone can achieve saving grace, emphasis on family, and merit-based processes. What? I'll go further and say politically we'll see things play out the same they did in 1824 to 1828, and just as the election of 1828 marked the transition from the first party system to the second, the election of 2028 will mark the transition from one party system to a new era. But what do I know? I took an edible and just typed this in bed for 20 minutes while my girlfriend works her real job. I can't tell. I mean, I can't tell if he's just like a Nazi or stupid. You know? But his vibes are so fucking off. Was your Chapo event filmed? It's going to be podcasted. My crank detector is blaring. I know Professor Jong viewer is watching this reading going, yes, he gets this. Oh, yeah. The Professor Jong lovers in here are saying, well, that's a predictive history follower and enjoyer. You know? Ay. is this? React.
Hola friends, I'm Dora, and this is my Israeli Defense Force monkey boots. We'll stick to Spanish while your parents are in the room, but the goal is to teach you Hebrew by the end of this season. Do you condemn Hamas? Do you condemn Hamas? Do you condemn Hamas? Can you find the West Bank? Trick question. You weren't supposed to click anything, Hamas. Oh no! Swiper punched me in the eye and stole my backpack. Was he wrong to do this? I hope you answered no, because the reality is, when you really sit and think about it, Swiper is ex-IDF, and me as a little brown girl, that can really be triggering for Swiper, that can really set Swiper off. He has the right to defend himself. Some have said, Dora, international law states that you can't just rewrite the map and draw on it as you please to decide what is and isn't explorable land for you and your terrorist monkey. It'll result in y'all being wanted by the UN. To that, I say, anti-Semitism. Buenos noches, friends. See you next time. And whichever one of you fucking bitches keep emailing the studio, Eid Mubarak, I want you to look out your window and wave to the Mossad agent, because we already on that ass. Yeah, this ain't rated G. It's TV-14. Yeah, pinche.
Have you seen this fucking nut job yet? Yeah, I don't care about this guy. Yeah, I know. I don't care about this guy at all. There's a top FEMA official that says he once teleported to a Waffle House. I feel like that's one of those like side stories that you know tricks the normies into paying attention to it, and he's like doubled down, I guess. I don't know. Here, let's watch. Here, let's go. Let's watch it.
Exclusive K-File report you saw first here on Outfront. New fallout over a top FEMA official's claim that he was teleported, yes, teleported, to a Waffle House. Yes, Waffle House, miles away. Democratic lawmakers have been raising concerns about those comments and about the FEMA official himself, Greg Phillips, after CNN's K-File reporting revealed, among other concerning comments, this claim Phillips made on a podcast.
Dr. Jung predicted this. Yeah, then it's real.
Last year.
We had a teleport incident, 2 of them, which transported me about 40 miles from where I was and near Albany,
Yeah, bro, you just drunk. Like you were drunk driving, right? Like I don't understand.
Georgia, to the ditch of a church. I ended up at a Waffle House like 50 miles away from where I was. It was an incredibly frightening moment to experience yourself in your car flying through the air. It was possible. It was real.
K-File's Andrew Kaczynski broke the story. He's with us now. Andrew, what exactly is Phillips saying now, and how is he explaining these claims?
Brianna, Phillips is doubling down on his teleportation claims in a series of new social media posts over the last week. Phillips, who oversees the government's disaster response, is defending those remarks, saying they were part of a religious experience and citing examples in the Bible, while also...
Yeah, he's doubling down, claiming he got it from the Bible, and that obviously Communism News Network is being ridiculous. They're being anti-Christian and they should go to jail.
Also accusing critics of taking him out of context. Haters gonna hate. That's what Phillips wrote in one of a handful of comments over the past month on media, not away from his claims, but defending them and doubling down. All of those coming in the days following CNN's reporting. On True Social, Phillips defended himself by writing in one post, "I have no regrets for my words, nor my faith in my Savior Jesus Christ. The Bible has many examples of the power of God." In that same thread, he then shared a passage from the book of Acts, describing the Apostle Philip being, quote, snatched away by the Holy Spirit and appearing miles away. And when another user asked him directly if he had experienced something like that himself, Phillips responded yes, adding, quote, "The Bible calls it transported or translated." That post has been deleted since our reporting. Now, we asked FEMA and Phillips which part was taken out of context, but we have yet to hear back. But
I mean, there is no religious experience that would teleport you to a fucking Waffle House, okay? Unless it's the work of Satan, I guess. So I don't think it's Christianity that caused you to teleport to the fucking nearest Waffle House. You know what I'm saying? Rescue not going well. We don't know if that's the case, man. Iran reportedly hit the U.S. rescue helicopter for missing F-15 pilot. Pending confirmation will update shortly. Also, Iranian channel suggested the rescue operation is meant to probe Iranian readiness prior to the real invasion. Yeah, I don't. This is not reliable either. None of these reports are fucking reliable. Okay, out of all of the OSINT Twitter, the accounts that I do trust, consider that Jack Murphy guy to be reliable, or whatever his name is. Was it Jack Murphy? The former Green Beret guy. And he was the only one that has said that the mission was successful, but we haven't gotten any additional confirmation thus far. Let's get back to the real story that matters, the fucking Waffle
Phillips
House.
did post a lengthy response to our story on Truth Social on Wednesday, writing that the podcast occurred while undergoing cancer treatment and, quote, the podcast at the center of this controversy was part of chronicling that journey, and during that journey, things happened that I can't explain. This all comes after Phillips failed to appear at a House Homeland Security meeting last week where he had been scheduled to testify on the impact of the partial shutdown on DHS. That is the agency that oversees FEMA. Now, neither Phillips nor FEMA responded to CNN's question about why he didn't appear, but again, it occurred several days after CNN's reporting. Multiple Democratic lawmakers at that hearing saying that Phillips' past comments made him unfit to lead the Office of Response and Recovery, which sources have told us is one of the most consequential roles at the agency, pointing not only to his claims about teleportation, but his past violent rhetoric about former President Biden and inflammatory comments about migrants. Brianna?
I just don't. What do I say to this, man? I mean, everything is so fucked. America is just so cooked. America is so unbelievably cooked that there are people like this in positions of power. Conor O'Malley was right about everything. Like, this is like it's just so busted. I'm still pissed about your Waffle House comment. Okay. Yeah, he's a prophet. Conor O'Malley was a prophet, is a prophet. Everything that he like joked about nailed the mindset of like everyday Americans. You know? There's only one way to be teleported to a Waffle House, and that's a whole bottle of tequila. Yes. I mean, is this really surprising? Republican Party has always been like this. Busy had similar weirdos. No. Yeah, I mean, sure, there were always like kooky ass motherfuckers in the Republican Party. Okay? It has never been like this. There's never been a moment where like regulatory agencies or like the federal government was occupied by fucking freaks like this. Even in past, even in Trump 1, it wasn't this bad. Even in Trump 1, it was never this bad. Okay? It was bad, but it was not this bad. Like, you're crazy. I've never seen anything like it. We are actively destroying ourselves. We are actively destroying this country. We're actively destroying our future. We're living like there's no tomorrow. Everyone in positions of power are just picking apart the corpse of America for scraps.
And you listen to Trump.
And we're fucking cooked. We're unbelievably cooked. And better yet, no one is paying attention to how cooked we are. No one is paying attention to how unbelievably cooked we are. Some people pay attention a little bit, or they'll look at China and they'll be like, wait a minute. How come I thought these guys were like living in mud huts? And now they have like cities that look much better than ours. Like, what the fuck's that about? And then They can sometimes connect the reality that that's what happens when you fucking what do you call it? When you don't spend endless amounts of money waging war and focusing on developing yourselves, right? But yeah, I mean, look at some of the organs of propaganda on the Democratic Party side. What have they been doing for the past month? America's waging a war of choice at the behest of Israel against Iran and nuking global energy markets, spending billions of dollars, losing tens of billions of dollars in assets, failing to even defend allies, right? Killing children, bombing bridges, bombing hospitals, bombing facilities like where they develop new medicines and shit. And the Democratic Party is busy complaining about me. We're fucked. We're so unbelievably fucked. Now, obviously, I want to change that with the limited amount of aid that I can offer, with the limited influence that I have. I want to change that with you guys, slowly but surely, piece by piece. But it's so busted. It doesn't have to be this way, but it's still pretty crazy. Still pretty crazy to just like watch all this shit unfold day in, day out. And it kind of feels like we are led by monsters, you know? Unbelievably incompetent people, unbelievably selfish people, unbelievably violent people. It sucks.
And you can hear it. He believes the United States is the all-powerful, most mighty nation without a peer, can do anything in the world, can threaten anybody, can make any choice. That's his mental model.
What about the funding for the war? We have been...
By the way, speaking of which, China now has a higher approval rating around the globe than the United States of America does. You know, more Hasanabi vindication, more vindication for this community, more vindication for the parasocialists out there, you know.
Hearing from the White House spokesperson talking about the U.S. president will ask Arab countries to cover the cost of the United States war against Iran, estimated, according to some media reports, tens of billions. Of course, we have seen earlier in the Gulf War, there's a U.S. So-called coalition that eventually the rest has put together $54 billion US over the time, which is now likely to be $134 billion US dollars. That was for the earlier Gulf War. But is this situation likely to be different? Because you've been hearing from the European counterparts of the U.S., at least, that this is not their war. And many of them, at least, are saying that.
Anyone with their eyes open in the Gulf has to understand they've been had. And so, on the other hand, if Iran is mortally wounded by all of this, as Trump claims, well, something will work out and Americans will pay the bill on debt, that's for sure. We'll just raise the debt from this. But if it turns out that the military assessment is different from what Trump says, there will be a deep reordering of politics. These countries and their governments will have been profoundly exposed as having made fundamentally wrong decisions. And they're certainly not going to add to the U.S. coffers after fundamentally wrong decisions. So, again, a lot will depend on the military outcome. Right. On general principles, it's hard to believe that Iran has been, quote, defeated in a 4 to 8 week aerial campaign.
Earlier, we saw some negotiation reported in the press, of course, between some of the special envoys and Trump family, and also the relevant personalities coming from the Iranian side. Those 2 rounds, at least reported in the public, did not go very well with the U.S. Went back on its words as the Iranian accused. So do you see, Professor, there is any possibility, given the savviness that we have these days about international politics, behind the scenes discussions or some kinds of lower level interactions, or pushing each other to the corners and eventually have some space for maneuver? Are we going to see some of this? Do you think that is on the horizon or not?
There is no possibility of U.S.-Iranian negotiations. It's not even a meaningful concept. There is a possibility of an end to the conflict in which China, Russia, India, other countries help to create conditions in which the U.S. goes home and Israel stops bombing and Iran has some security and the strait opens up again. That's possible. That is not negotiation between the U.S. and Iran. It can't even exist. You listen to Donald Trump. He says, we will watch by satellite and we'll come in and bomb again. This is not a basis for negotiation. This is thug behavior, thuggish behavior. And that's, you can't negotiate with thugs. So there can be an arrangement in which this ends, but it would be one in which China and Russia broker the arrangement, not in which there are bilateral negotiations between Americans and Iranians. This is not a government, and my country's government, that negotiates.
What the fuck's the new Chupal video? Is this the same guy who keeps coming in and spamming? Is the new Chupal video on the docket? Oh, it is. This guy comes in every day, spams a couple times, and then fucks off. What's in the video? Like, just explain to me, you know, tease it for me. Get me invested. Get me excited. Single issue spammer, dude. He just comes in and says, is the new Chupal video on the docket? Iranian news outlet ISNA posts report about American-Israeli attack in the province where reportedly the F-15 crashed. They say a number of residents were killed and injured. Announcement during the enemy's military attack on Kogaluya and Boyar Ahmed provinces. The Kosia area in Kogaluya city was attacked a few hours ago, which unfortunately resulted in the martyrdom and injury of a number of our fellow provincial residents. According to 24-hour pharmacies, and some selected pharmacies will continue to operate. Doctors and Ansal personnel will change their service status to in-person, and war wounded will be treated free of charge. I don't know. This guy still has not responded to me and told me what's in the fucking Chupal video. That's it. It's got to be a bot, right? He has not. I literally was like, tell me what's in the video. Tell me what you want to watch. Why you want me to watch it? And he's like, nope. I just wanted to know if it's on the docket. Yeah, it says 41 billion, but I think we've probably gone way past 41 billion at this point. You know? Fetterman talked about you. Oh, he's back. It's not with Mark Levin. It's crazy. You have many of my party. They're proud to do events with Hasan Piker. Democrats have to decide whose side are you on. Are you proud to stand with that individual or Israel? Great. Yeah, no, keep more of this, please. Yes, let's ask Democrats if they would rather stand with me or stand with Israel. Yeah, even Democrats that have no fucking idea who I am are going to be like, yeah, Hasan, whoever is not Israel, I'm with that person.
It's not just at this point that the Democrat Party as an institution is quiet about Israel, neutral about Israel. You now have a growing sort of movement within the party, even within the Democrats in Congress, where they are hostile to Israel. And you even have some members that are supportive of the terrorists, of Hamas. How do you make any sense of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, my God, you have many of my parties, they're proud to do events with like that Hasan Piker. This is the individual that just recently said that America deserved 9/11, and that they said that Hamas is 1,000% better than Israel, and he doesn't care about the rapes and cause Jews inbred and say these outlandish things. And then like people like the New York Times give these glowing kinds of profile. They don't mention any of that. I mean, he's become such a raging anti-Semite. Even
anti-Semite. I can't even sue him for slander. He's too stupid to know what he's saying. I don't think he's capable of being sued. Is like a secret weapon, He said anti-Semite, brother. What judge is going to look at him and be like, "Oh, he's of sound mind"? No, they're going to be like, "You're suing this guy? Really?" In order for defamation, in order for me to be able to successfully sue him for defamation, I would need to be able to establish malice. Okay, malicious intent. He is incapable of any intent. He doesn't have enough brain processing power to be malicious.
Even the guy that has a Nazi tattoo bailed on doing an event with him. I mean, Democrats have to decide who.
Wait, what? The guy with a Nazi tattoo bailed on doing an event with me, so I'm good? So I'm against anti-Semitism? Like, wait, that doesn't even make sense. That's not something that even happened. But it's pretty funny to imply that, because it's like, okay, so Graham Plattner, the guy with the Nazi tattoo, is bad, but he hates me. So who's worse? Am I, the Twitch streamer, worse than Graham Plattner, the guy with a Nazi tattoo, by your own admission? Like, what's... See, this is what I mean. It's like impossible. There's no actual narrative you can fucking craft here. Where did the Plattner distance himself narrative come from? I think it came from, I don't know where it actually came from, but I think it came from like some fucking freak on the internet who saw it and was like trying to disparage the Progressive Victory event. You said it? No, I didn't say it. No, I did not say it at all. I didn't know who the fuck was supposed to be at the event anyway. And it turns out neither did. It came from the event. No, the event didn't say that at all. The event said, we did not get final confirmation from Graham Plattner before putting him on the fucking event list. Also, I think it's really funny that people always do this, but like, dog, two things, okay? One, I don't fucking care about doing stuff with politicians, okay? I don't. It's not beneficial for me at all. I don't know why these guys think that. Like, oh, he's going to be next to a fucking elected. He's going to appear alongside someone who's running for office. Like, who cares, brother? What the fuck? I'm a commentator. I don't need to be around politicians at all. Okay? That's number one. That's a you thing. You think that gives me legitimacy. It does not give me legitimacy. It doesn't change anything for me at all. It's not like a beneficial thing at all. I think it's a way that these guys, it's just a representation of like what their worldview looks like, where they think like, oh, this guy's appearing next to a fucking politician and the politician is like going to give him legitimacy, when in fact it's the exact opposite. Like, I'm standing next to politicians to help them. Okay, that's number one. And I do it regardless, because like there are a lot of people that I think are great, and they would be great elected representatives, and they'd be great politicians. But like, it doesn't. Yeah, my audience often leaves when I have a candidate that comes on, and every time I have a candidate in general, people freak the fuck out. Because there's always like people who will be like, every American politician is actually a fucking imperialist neo-Nazi. Fetterman isn't up until 2028. Imagine you spent the last 2 weeks saying this same shit, thinking you were cooking, then you have Fetty Wap go on Fox News with the same talking points. Lol, I think I bury my head in the sand. I mean, yeah, I like that. I like Fetterman saying this shit. Yet another one of these recently turned Democrats saying you shouldn't be in the party. Amy Siskin supported Sarah Palin as a candidate. I'm not joking. Please stop associating with this lunatic Democrats tying to him as like the Republicans favoring Alex Jones. Yeah, the person that Amy Siskin is quote retweeting is literally an American Enterprise Institute guy who actually deleted it from his profile. Kareem Rifai is the Syrian twink that worked for like the last decade almost at the American Enterprise Institute. Notice how a lot of these right-wing, pro-war, insane think tankers are aggressively coming after me, and it's always these fucking centrist and right-wing Democrats that are also highlighting these messages. It's very strange. Very strange. Anyway. None of this changes anything. I don't know why these guys are fucking crying about this stuff. But I do like the John Fetterman thing. And yeah, of course,
anti-Semite. You know, even the guy that has a Nazi tattoo bailed on doing an event with him. I mean, now Democrats have to decide, whose side are you in? Are you
whose side are you in?
proud to stand with that kinds of an individual, or stand with Israel? And then,
yeah, great take, great fucking take. You're irrelevant and everyone's talking about you. I agree, though. That's the problem. I do agree that I'm nowhere near as relevant as these guys make it out to be.
With Israel, and then AOC announced she's now going to vote and is going to support even things like Iron Dome. Outrageous. I mean, I'm not surprised, of course. I may have lost the socialist vote and the pro-Iran vote in my party, but that's part of my party that's growing, unfortunately.
There was more about you? He talked more about me?
I always agreed I'm going to follow what I think is right. Now, for me, every single Democrat should be fully supportive of Israel. That's the one nation in the region that has the kinds of values and then the kinds of communities within that. Whether, like, for example, the whole Queers for Palestine people, parts of it, it's crazy. You know, Israel, you know, they have a democratic leader there. That's the democracy in the region. And they have the kind of values that we all live in, the way we want, you know, in our country. And now more and more of them are becoming, you know, openly hostile to Israel. And now they are now making choices to vote against defensive things like Iron Dome, because Hezbollah or these other nations are going to fire missiles at civilians. You know, that's part of where our party's becoming. And now they are celebrating someone like Hasan Piker that's proud to be a raging anti-Semite.
Yeah, he's a raging lunatic, in my humble opinion, as well.
Mark Levin, he's a raging lunatic. Oh, that's funny. Anti-Semite. The fuck?
And I want to thank you for your courage. Not that I always agree with you, but I certainly don't always disagree with you. And you take these things on and you explain yourself. And that is the tradition of America. And that's really a good thing. And I want to thank you, Senator, and God bless you for representing Pennsylvania very well.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
Bro, Trump loves watching Mark Levin so much that he often just posts clips of his show on his Truth Social. Oh my God, you think Donald Trump is going to finally post about me? It's over at that point, right? I'm dead. I'd like at that point it's over, right? It's everything is over. And a Semite. Zoran probably put a good word in for you with Trump. Oh yeah, that's true. Worst comes to worst, we got Zoran Kwame Mamdani who can send a text message to Trump and be like, "Yo, King, listen, this guy, he's all right." You know what I mean? Saying the quiet part out loud. You not a New Yorker though? Look at that. Look at the hat. Talk to the hat. Spiritually. Trump will probably fuck with you like he fucks with Zoran. We just got to send him clips of you talking about the Clintons. Somebody sent Trump the clips of Hassan shitting on Chuck Schumer will be okay. True. From an account close to Kalibov, strategic assessment. If Iran does not receive a credible signal by tomorrow of Trump reconsidering an attack on Iran's infrastructure, it will preemptively, irreversibly, and on a massive scale target the Saudi electricity and oil production infrastructure, as well as that of the Israeli regime. Iran has so far refrained from exercising this option in order to avoid entering an irreversible infrastructure war and a Ukrainization of the region. But the time for this restraint will end in the next 24 hours. Damn. Getting Ogre Fetterman with a negative 300 approval as Ops' big win of the week. It's just something that people should pay attention to, you know? We've heard this. People who Democratic over the needs of American citizens all week. We've heard this exact same message almost entirely from people no, not even almost entirely. How interesting that we've heard this exact same message entirely from people who place Israel over the needs of American citizens all week, who place the needs of Israel over the needs of American citizens all week. Literally, just if you see an account in the wild, okay? If you see an account in the wild and they're like, yo, fuck this guy, Hasan, just look Just look at their account. Just see what they've said about Palestine. See what they've said about Gaza. At most, you'll see like a Ukraine-Palestine flag in the bio guy who will say stuff like, Hamas is a dangerous terrorist group that needs to be punished, but also Israel is fucked up. You know? Like, that's it. U.S.-Iran deafening firefight where F-15 pilot shelters. I don't know. I don't know if this is like reliable or not. I don't know what the fuck's happening here. In 30 years, this man will be the Professor Morandi of what remains of the Democratic Party. Democrats predicted all this would happen. The most vindicated people on earth are Biden, Harris, and the entire Democratic Party. He is. He is the Syed Morandi of the DNC. Like, you're right. The fucking lone brave warrior that will take on anybody to defend the honor of high-profile Democrats and the Democratic Party. Incredible tweet. God, Harry Hasan. He is my GOAT, and he will remain forever my GOAT. What is this?
Israel launched an attack on Iran that has raised fears of a widening conflict in the Middle East. What is your message to Iran?
Well, first of all, do not respond. It would be a mistake. And we are prepared to defend Israel as we have before. We will again.
Israel launched an attack on...
Yeah, I mean, she did do the whole, like, Iran is our number one op shit, too. Still with her. Still with her. We're still with her. We're still with her. Did you see this latest update yet? Okay, here. Let's do Okay Buddy. Everyone is freaking out. Preview of episode 192, Burrito of Hell, Austin's Breakfast Adventure. Here, let's do Okay Buddy. Everyone's been demanding it. It's time.
Nobody fights for the working class like I do. Just yesterday, I was at a hotel staying.
Here we go.
And I ordered breakfast. It was a skirt steak burrito. It was the blandest, ridiculous thing. This is unacceptable. Right. So I ate the burrito. I got a refund for the burrito.
He's a hero.
There's many
Just tell
such
him he's a
examples
hero.
of
He doesn't
not
pay his
paying his
healthcare bills.
No, I don't.
How does that
affect your credit rating? Every time it does, I pay it really quickly. And
Austin, what can I say? What does this have to do with the Operation Mr. Trump? Trump says if Iran's supreme leader Moshe Khamenei is still alive, he's likely to be seriously wounded. It's so stupid. The Ankler saga. Why his pants so short? POV Unk is on the courts again. What is... Why his pants so shorter? Bro, you guys are always like, dude, let's look at Okay Buddy, and it's one guy. It's all one guy. Like 98% of the posts on Okay Buddy is the same guy. Like, what the fuck? These are all the same guy. It's just one dude. Congratulations to KK Kash Patel on the promotion to head Hoscord regulator. Welcome to Valhalla, brother. Azan Abisex literally thinks chat won't notice. Streamer lies about gaming. Yeah, Okay Buddy didn't unionize. It just turned into one guy. Same drip. Little Mermaid Kaya.
Yet another regime change war. And it's a war that should be opposed on every Americans. All of that is strong.
She's so pretty. Next up on the list of top 10 most pussy dehydrating, Azun Bisex Fits, number 6. Same guy again. Do you remember this? Do you remember Hank Cedar? This is him now. Feel old yet? It's true. Aging like fine wine. What the fuck? Hasanabi referencing a Sticker Bush Heaven Souls song?
I'm knocking at your door, Hasanabi busting out the light. Girl, you need to go and fly away into the satellite.
What?
I'm knocking at your door, Hasanabi busting out the light. Girl, you need to go and fly away into the satellite.
I'm busting out the library? What? What the fuck? What is that? What's happening? I don't even know what this is. This banger. That's what it is. I listened to this track. That's some demonic bullshit. Ball definitely produced that. What is this? Fear and Fun Data. Let's look at this. Is a doc. Fear and information gathering. I love data and I love the Fear and podcast. Bias. Will, but in like a keep them laughing so they can never see you cry kind of way. Austin, but in like a whoever, be in like a I'll be whoever you want me to be kind of way. Cutie, but in like a I refuse to change kind of way. Hasan, but in like a I'm a weird kid. No one likes me. Why is everyone so mean kind of way? Choose an unsolicited piece of advice. You're in a cage of your own, making the doors open. All you have to do is walk out. You must accept they do not understand you. The only way out is through. You do not have to be tolerable to be loved. What? Dude, I'm too stupid to understand what I'm looking at. Okay, the only way out is through. Objectively, who's most likely to go to heaven? Hasan, Will, Austin, Cutie, March. Pick a bit idea. They all switch seats but never address it. All politics episode. Easy. Cutie, Will, and Hasan announce Austin that they're in a throuple. I do believe Will completed this. Okay, pick another idea. Homophobia counter. How many times Hasan jokes about being homophobic? Feminism. How many times Cutie is interrupted or spoken over? Phone counter. Real, but they can't do it. Okay, obviously not the phone counter. Homophobia. Is the podcast better or worse when, or the same when there's a guest? Same, because it's always maximum good. Does it seem like they low-key hate being there sometimes? Yes. Please rank who you think is the most social capital during an episode of the podcast. Will. Who do you dislike the most? Will. Wrong. Hasan. Do you genuinely believe Cutie has autism? Yes. Are you ever, or have you ever been a member of the LDS? Yes. Do you genuinely believe Hasan has autism? No. Other. Fuck no. Do you think that it's our place to speculate on strangers' diagnoses? Yes. Stranger Things question. Door 1, kill yourself, die. Door 2, accept your fate. Door 3, escape. Will. Door 3, Hasan. Door 3, Austin. Door 2, Cutie. Door 2. Okay, more qualifications. Alpha, beta, omega this time. What is happening? What am I clicking on? Some of these are not questions. What's going on? Alpha, omega, beta, alpha. March, alpha. Okay, bonus round. Soldier, poet, king. Why is there... The soldier, Will, soldier, Hasan, soldier, Austin, poet, Cutie, king. Did you know March is not asexual? I did not know that. Why would I know that? Why did you think he was? He isn't, question mark. Either or, gay and Lebanese.
I'm gay and Lebanese.
I would like to complain about one or multiple questions. I'm not even going to answer that. Okay, here you go. I submitted it. I don't even know what this was, but I did it. PBS is my most trusted news source. Dr. Jihad on the Majority Report. So stupid. Oh my God. What is this? Mind you, this is Hasan Piker. Oh, me wakes up and flips on the old Twitter machine to see what's happening in our stupid war. Twitter delivers the John Podhora's take. Mind you, this is Hasan Piker. Havana local. Hell yeah. That's dope. Smoker is Austin's twin. Oh my God, it's true. What the fuck? He does look like Austin. That's creepy. We need unwoke yaoi. For years, yaoi's been catering exclusively to the leftist community. I suggest we make a new genre of base trad values yaoi called men's yaoi. Normal yaoi, both are betas. The men are emasculated. Might as well be a Yuri. Neither can get pregnant. No respect for Christ. Feelings filled with left wing. Men's yaoi. Both are alphas. By men, for men. They can get pregnant in a throuple with Christ. They have guns and stuff. One appears to be a muscular lion. Chads. I like that. Communist leader exposed for flaunting opulent lifestyle. Gucci straight fit denim pants, $1,400. VTG YA Youngin winter hunting ear flap hat cap, $14.99. Miller clip on, $75. Ab implants cost in New York City between $7,000 and $9,000. It's true, it's real. Cost of penile implants, $16,000 to $19,000. All of that is real. Get his fit, 30 grand. First post, kind of nervy. That's cool. You have a great art style. I like it. Bro said, New Year, same me, no games. Okay. WR. Okay, buddy, Brace Belden. Wanted new stream to rep the subreddit. Ours isn't missing. He just forgot about us. Okay, we used to be a community. r/okay buddy Hasan just died. Good. I'm glad it's dead. It can no longer hurt innocent people. President Hasan Piker. Bisexual at the Vanity Fair party. Everybody knows I'm a chud-ass loser.
We're all for a big tent, but...
Bro is reading while driving. That is crazy, bro. Pull over, dog. That's crazy.
The Democratic Party needs to drive
better this way, cause you're more careful. Is that a dog or a child? I don't even want to know. I just wanna go home to my family and slow. Why do we not think about why we just don't say? I just wanna go home. I just wanna go slow. Why do we not think about?
I mean, driving drunk is fine. M is real high. M is real high. M is real high. M is real high. M Israel high. Apologies to the beautiful nation state of Israel. Greatest country in the world. More American troops should be thrown into the meat grinder.
You can't get away with it!
In an effort to... Bro, they should post this video. Every time people talk shit and say I'm anti-Semitic, just post this video, dude. What are we doing? Preserve Israel's strategic interest.
What a good spot. What a good spot.
By diminishing the Gulf states. And also, Big Yahoo, I'm alive, pick up. So destroying Iran entirely. Had a dream that the Irish revolutionized the turn into horses and watched a video of an entity reacting to it. What? What the fuck? Ireland's horse revolutions. The Irish are horses. What the fuck?
Excuse me. 9/11 is a radical act by the most honest actor of all time, Osama fucking bin Laden.
Got him. We fucking got him.
And it was awesome. And also on top of that, you better not criticize Al Qaeda because that's true Islam.
Oh my God. Dr. Jihad attends the Oscars 2026. These edits are so fucking goated. Yeah, goated at getting me fucking canceled. Notable alumni. Widely known in his field of work as Dr. Jihad, Columbia anti-Semite. This double PhD holder, the first in racism and the second in racism again, decided to round out his education by pursuing an MD with our institution. He is notable for his Twitch streams and in the medical field for his description of poop sock pathology. Since graduating, he has served as a medical correspondent for Dropsite News and Sama for the foremost anti-American publication, and also freelance for Al Jazeera. His breadth of medical knowledge has even landed him on the shortlist for Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s Department of Health, only failing to move on because of his moniker and already having too many Muslims, as said by RFK in private correspondence, presumably referencing Dr. Mehmet Oz, one of our other alums. Okay, that's good. Can you lock the fucking save me, Dr. Jihad? Dr. Jihad giving his first lecture. Dr. Jihad, lecture 1, How America Will Fall. This is so stupid. It was all an optical illusion, guys. Everyone else's normal size head. Hassan's normal size head. Thank you. This is exactly what happened and happens with my head. My head size is perfectly normal, but people end up thinking it's not. It's bullshit. It's optical illusion. FBI 10 most wanted fugitive. Dr. Habab Picher, a.k.a. Dr. Jihad. Conspiracy to do a communism, assault with Islamic ray guns, unlawful repetition of Iranian propaganda, anti-Zionist sentiment, or non-approved news, conspiracy to Sharia everybody, conspiracies to make kid trans and or halal, conspiracy to mock dear leader, esteemed cabinet members, or members of Congress. Joyzy, eyes sexy, weight snatched, race brownish white. The FBI is offering a reward up to 1 million treats for information leading to the arrest of Dr. Jihad. Dr. Jihad is believed to be living as a real doctor and offer wears sexy prescription glasses. Dr. Jihad has doctoral degrees in both jihad and racism. He's a real doctor, so he probably knows pressure points that can death pinch your neck. Not just like Dr. Spock. Which one was the pointy-eared guy on that space show? Should be considered armed and dangerous. Piker, get it right? In memory of Dr. Jihad. Damn, bro, they put me in the pit. Happy birthday, Comrade Kaya. Aw. It's cute as hell. Iran appoints super leader Kayatollah Piker. Low latency aura. Respect. A real will they, won't they situation is happening. Hasan Piker, Gavin Newsom. I often joke about jalapeno poppers and the sedative impact that the jalapeno popper has on the mind of a hog, but that's also a necessity. That's a substitute. That's a placeholder statement for just treats in general. Treats are very, very, very important. Give me my treat. Give me my treats now.
Give me my treats. Give me my treats.
Applebee's is gay now.
Give me my treats, okay? Give me my treats now.
This is 2 minutes long. What the hell is this? My treats now. Why are you entertaining the Dr. Jihad bullshit? It's funny. The fuck? It's because a Israeli comedy show called me that, and I think it's very funny. This is literally just the same thing on loop for 2 minutes. Y'all are crazy. How to be a Hasan Piker starter pack. How to be a Hasan starter pack. $quadrillion mansion, Zin Towers, personal chef, gay and Lebanese.
I'm gay and Lebanese.
And Kaya. That's my goat right there. Okay, well, it's over. Old goat is rebelling.
God damn.
That's a lot of thanks. That's another. This is a OG okay buddy thing where like more than half the video in a 20-second video is like dedicated to the outro. China trip throwback. Talking about Erica Post Kirkification merch sales and my high ass made this. Put that shit on a shirt. Austin. What? RIP Meat Pick Man. Okay, dude. Hazy is my MBZ. Oh, we already have seen this. I've been using it as an intro for a minute now. It can't be stopped. Hasanabi word search. Go back. Yeah, I wish I could go back. Class with Comrade Kaipakaya. New Maoist Standard English. Vocabulary for Asun Abisex. Broadcast. He Himmlers. JD Pog. Joint dictatorship of the pedophiles occupied government. They're being deployed to Iran. We're going on tour. Good morning. Behind the scenes of the Fearon podcast, exclusive interviews, Brad's Fearon, recapping the best Fearon moments.
Get ready with me for my first day in Vegas. Look at this makeup bag.
Major breaking news out of Washington. The Supreme Court ruling President Trump does not have the authority to impose most of his sweeping global trade tariffs.
Wait, this is an ad? No, it's not. Hi, this is my first ever project for the animation class I'm currently taking featuring our boy Hank Piker. What? What's wrong with you guys?
Tell you because this is truly one of I'm going to need you guys to impose most of his sweeping global trade tariffs. I'm going to need you guys to take a deep breath and prepare for what I'm about to tell you because this is truly one of the most horrific things that I've seen so far in the Epstein files.
Oh, that's a good kitty, I say as I pet on Kitty. No, I'm evil kitty, said evil kitty.
Motherfuckers would be like, oh, Hasan, you claim to be a socialist, but you have money. It's like, okay, you're defending capitalism. You got no capital. Show me the deed to the factory and then we'll talk. What capital do you own?
I nominate everyone for the Touch Grass Challenge. Go outside and touch some grass.
Proud of you, Chatter. Try to do hustle with watercolors. Aw. It's great. AI could never? Exactly. Good morning, Kitten. I'll be honest. Daddy's on the verge of ending it all. How do I get my boyfriend to snap out of the Western war can be good mindset? Bruh. I know he's smart enough to understand this, but he just won't. Bruh. Is he cattle? Does he sometimes go, like when you bring him treats? Do you sometimes smack him in the ass and he just gets really excited and runs away, runs off into the distance, galloping around? Does he go, Because you might not have a boyfriend. You just have livestock at that point. I'm just saying. Okay. How do I get my boyfriend to snap out of the Western world can be good mindset? Okay. Are you dating a Lockheed Martin executive? Are you dating Mr. John Boeing? Ask him these questions. Ask your boyfriend, are you Mike Huckabee? Because if you're not any of those things, it's not beneficial for you, right? It's not beneficial for you at all. Especially if you grew up in a rural area. He might literally be a cattle. He might literally be livestock. But if you grew up in a rural area, ask him, hey, don't you think it's fucked up that you don't have a rural hospital? Like the last time you guys had like a healthcare professional in this region was 35 years ago, and businesses have completely pulled out of this area. Everyone is poor as fuck, but it seems like there's always money in the bank to go to war overseas. Does that do anything for you? It's good. Good editing, chatter. How the fuck do you use this app? Daddy Kit Kat, steady making crosswords and puzzles like the New York Times out here. The jury is hung. What is my head size, man? Y'all need to stop. Kai is the newest Pokemon starter. You don't have a boyfriend at that point. You have livestock as one of your all-time greatest.
Cussy.
Oh, are we cooked?
What's that?
Cussy
Wait.
is car pussy, bro.
Cussy is car pussy.
Yeah, in the car cinematic universe, cars have babies.
He's got me in his hand. Okay, wait.
In the car cinematic universe, there's, female cars, there's male cars, and then there's baby cars, which implies that there are car pussies, which we like to call cussy in my community.
Like Sally from the Cars movie. That's some fun shit.
Are you going to evolve Kaya? Kind of getting bored of her puppy face. First of all, how dare you? Secondly, it takes some time, okay? It's not Pokemon out here. But when I do evolve her, I'm going to make sure she's a Vaporeon.
No. I will seize the means of my evolution from this man. I will not be held captive to his whimsy in the Hasuni mansion.
Hi!
Now, chat. Let it begin.
The parks surround the Hasuni mansion.
Carmack Kaipakai speaks, reveals truths. Bro, we're back to the same. This is the same guy. This guy spams. He stays. Jamie in chat stays spamming these memes. Is unbelievable.
Hello chat. It is Comrade Kampakaya. Asuni has been sheltering my true opinions on the Cultural Revolution from you. Far. What you don't know, and perhaps he does not either, is that I am not originally from the Tibetan mountains, but from the heart of Beijing, where I operated under the direct leadership of Chairman Mao Zedong until his untimely passing. You don't believe me? I bet you don't know who was on the true first edition of the Chairman's Xiao Hongshu. When Hasan Piker brought his bisexual delegation to my homeland, it was me who intervened, saving him from arrest in Tiananmen Square. Now, we will begin our reading session. Pick up your copies of On Practice and On Contradiction, chat. Before Marx, materialism examined the problem of knowledge apart from the social matter of man and apart from his historical development, and was therefore incapable of understanding.
That's crazy, dude. This guy.
All right, hold on. Should I dock us?
Yeah, dock us.
I don't think I can. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Let me throw it in reverse.
Wait, I think you stepped on something. Wait, what is that?
Hold on. I'm gonna try to dock us right now. It's not letting me. It's not letting me dock it, bro.
Yeah, get to the beach. I think we gotta dock at the beach. Just fuck it, you know?
Here we go.
Just ram it. Yeah!
All right, bet.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. We're 48 hours away from World War III and I'm watching
ब्रदर का
this.
शॉर्ट फॉर्म होता है ब्रो, सिस्टर का शॉर्ट फॉर्म होता है सिस, मदर का शॉर्ट फॉर्म होता है मॉम, तो फादर का शॉर्ट फॉर्म क्या होता है?
Bro would rather pick up the cramiometer than the controller. I'm dead. It's time for eugenics or whatever. Measure head. What? Okay, I'm getting sick of the font out. Yeah, me too. What I think Hasan should watch next by a media enjoyer. Hello, chat. Hello, Hasan. My name is Nat. I'm in my late 20s and I use he and pronouns. I regularly watch stream and I've been in the community since 2020. Really enjoy community parts of the stream, but haven't really participated recently. Guilty politics frog. So I'm being the change and contributing my recommended list for media and Asana or anyone in the chat to look at for enjoyment. Disclaimer. This is purely media I enjoy and I think it's good enough to share with others, not a statement of ideology. Okay. Show 1. The Creamery. What the fuck is this? A 2-season dark comedy set in future New Zealand after a virus kills 99% of the male population. 3 dairy farmers struggle to adjust to their manless, new woman-centered society until they accidentally run over what is believed to be the last living man on the planet. Things I like about it. Main antagonist is if Gwyneth Paltrow got to govern over a village in New Zealand. Interesting take on policing and governance in a post-patriarchal world. Pog, I helped produce this show. Nice. Show 2, Moral Oral. That's crazy. Created by Dino Stamatopoulos. Greek name. Moral Oral, a stop-motion series that follows the life of Oral Puppington, a devout Christian 11-year-old living in Moralton, State of Soda, Bible Belt, trying his best to practice God's preachings to help with trusted adults that are a little more into fanaticism than just loving God. By the way, chat, the show has a lot of triggering and edgy content. Things I like about it. Very personal, in-depth narrative of growing up under Christian zealotry, compelling storyline, episodic in nature, but we get to discover the traumas and lore of the adults in town, similar to a child growing in such a dysfunctional place, anti-Catholic hate. Upload. Set in 2030s America, cyber feudalism is in full swing, and scientists have created a way to upload subconsciously into code stored on a drive or server. The show follows Nathan Brown, a software coder who's been bleeding heart competition to the multi-billion-dollar industry, as well as the people in his immediate life and those who work in the said industry. Funny bits about food tech monopolies. I've never heard of any of these stories. Yuri on Ice. 12-episode anime depicting the career of an underdog figure skater. Boy Love. Okay. Thank you for the suggestions, chatter. Azan and Deadlock. Wait, what the fuck? That's weird. A true foe. Oh. You see your character in Content King? No. Look how proud he is of Kaya. He really does look like rotisserie chicken. I can't get over it. Hi. It's true. Code switching. Hasan talking to the media. As a matter of fact, to the best of my ability. Hasan talking to chat. You fucking neurodivergent losers. Hasan talking to friends. I could vibe out a bear. Every day, like a ceremony, Azan is visited by a robot at 2 p.m. filled with carcasses of 2 entire chickens and assorted sauces. It's true. No thoughts.
And if we plan in advance, we can buy a whole cabin.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we can just be loud and crazy and sprawl out.
I want to be able to desktop live stream.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, totally.
It's true. Gay and Lebanese.
I'm gay and Lebanese.
Subliminal messaging. Pause the video to do something and came back to this frame. Lol. Crime pie. It's crazy. Repost. Credit. Aster from Hoscourt. 15-hour streams. Gaming. 90-day reacts. Old Hasan. Stream goes F. New Hasan. My goat's washed. Okay, it's true. Numbers don't lie. Chad Maoist. Theory Cell. Kaipakai is V-mogging the liberal. Theorless Dengus Azuni. Theory stream. Reading the Red Book. Then on practice and on contradiction. 354,000 live viewers. When Hasan says something so 1966, 1970s.
In a state.
gangsta niggas never renovate.
Yeah, I've been using it less. All the fucking boomers, they won. Welcome back, Hasi P and the dog. I made it too small, didn't I? What a liar, dude. Whoa, this is sick. Hastro bringing aid to Cuba. Happy Chinese New Year and chat and Haas. Why people happy?
Excuse me, I gotta find a lost kid. Can I use your mic?
That's what she said. Whoa, you got butt slam. Ho, 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 ho.
Listen, I could really use a hand here.
That's what he said. Butt slam. That's Manic Monkey on 97.1.
Manic Monkey, 97.1.
Cool weekends in the morning. All weekend long.
Beanie and the Butt.
In the morning. On the radio.
It's true. That is how it is.
A rather adorable relative of the rabbit. It's August and
Every other month, Twitter says you're a real life Brian Griffin. Yeah, I see that all the time. Brian Griffin is a libtard. That's a pretty easy way to clock someone as being either a child or being, kind of dumb. Because they think like, oh, Brian Griffin, he talks about politics in a condescending way. He's just like Hasan.
summer is in full bloom.
America deserved 9/11. Fuck it, I'm saying.
But the days of plenty won't be here for long. These slopes are only free from snow for 10 weeks a year.
Come on over here.
When winter comes, this pika will be trapped in its burrow.
Every day. Oh boy, I can't wait to watch my favorite streamer. I just hope he doesn't use that annoying soundboard.
Pushback
Lois Lane interviews Superman.
When you told your audience for weeks that Russia was not going to invade Ukraine. Obviously, we all know that that did happen. You insisted it was State Department propaganda. But when the tanks rolled in, you did apologize. Do you often get it wrong?
No.
At what point does your very expensive home stop being
a basic human necessity and something that
essentially reinforces the very system that you're critiquing?
I have a house.
You say you're not a journalist, but you have been accused by your critics of wrongly wearing a blue press vest while reporting out on the field on several occasions. Not just you.
What the fuck? That's crazy. 2026 Hasanabi broadcast. Vinyl Scratch Sound. What's up, chat? Car Crash Sound. We are live. Elephant Sound and a live explosion from sunny Los Angeles, California. Okay, you guys exaggerate how much I use the soundboard, dude. Okay. I accidentally gave Streamer the milk bag Valentine I made for Hasan on me. This was the one intended for Streamer. Nice. Resharing when I drew Kaya's uppies. That's cool. De-icing Minnesota neglected the posts back then. All right. We've done enough. This is the last one I'm looking at. Woke Baywatch, Haas Nautica. That's the closest you're going to get to Subnautica. All right. I'm done for today. I'm tired. Chat. Gaming next. Okay, your greed knows no bounds. Okay. I love you guys. I'm going to be live tomorrow, as always, for situation monitoring and news and analysis and commentary. And we'll do some more fun stuff. This is Sunday.
you wait. Just you wait.
was established all around the world, right? And ever since the 90s, we have supercharged capitalism. And in many respects, that ruined domestic politics in the Western world, in the imperial core, the heavy financialization of the global economy, where the Western world no longer has any sort of like robust industrial base, especially not in the United States of America. And obviously, the consequences for the American economy are very obvious. And now you got a handful of oligarchs picking apart the corpse of American empire for scraps. So it's not good for the people that we're dominating and we're murdering. It's certainly not good for the people who are doing the murdering either. And it's not even good for the people who are sitting around in the imperial core. It's good in comparison. We have it much better than they do, right? By virtue of not being under the boot. But even then, something's got to change. Something's got to change. We're terrorizing the world and we're terrorizing ourselves, and we got to fix it. So that's my attitude on multipolarity. That's my attitude on America receiving a little bit of a bloody nose here, maybe a black eye here from Iran or from any of these forces, really, so that we're forced to retreat. We're forced to recalculate exactly how far we can expand empire, and maybe, hopefully, change some things at the domestic home front, change some things for the better, you know? And let me tell you, our nose has been thoroughly bloodied, especially in the past couple of weeks, right? I think you're gravely underestimating Aaron's ability to demoralize the United States. Aaron? Is that Iran? Calling Iran Aaron is pretty funny. I don't even know if you were trying to do that as a bit, but I like it. Yeah, my boy Aaron, he's a real fighter, dude. Yeah.
A two-seater fighter jet, an F-15. The pilot would be in the front. The weapons systems officer would be in the back. And this would be a very dramatic and very dangerous rescue. Iran's Revolutionary Guard saying that Iranian forces had shot down the U.S. fighter jet overnight, with Iranian state media releasing images of the wreckage of that jet. And
bro, this was so funny. Like, the way that the American media was covering this issue was, I'm sorry, kind of funny. Okay, it's devastating for the pilots, but also it's going to be quite difficult for me to feel a sense of sympathy for American Air Force pilots when I know what they're doing. Right? Like, I've seen what they're doing. It's disastrous. They're responsible for a litany of war crimes. Like, here's an alternative. Don't do that. Right? Quit. Better to be in prison, better to be thrown in the brig than to go and blow up a school, right? Like, you have to make that moral calculation at some point. You have to apply for conscientious objector status. If you don't do that and you're flying over Iranian airspace with your F-15 on your way to fucking blow up a school or another like medical facility, and boom, you get your shit clocked in between, then, you know, fair is fair, right? It's the same principle I have for spies, right? If you're Chinese and you're a Chinese spy and you're spying on America and you get caught, fair is fair. You got. Same with American spies. Same with Russian spies, right? If you're Russian, you're spying on Americans, you get caught, fair is fair. If you're an American, you're spying on Russians, you get caught, fair is fair. This is the rules of warfare, right? And the same goes for this. Now, having said that, what I consider to be at least like quite illustrative of the way that the media is trying to massage the war efforts is the fact that CNN International PR did this piece right after they found the wreckage a couple hours ago, right? Like this was originally aired, I think like 6, maybe 7 hours ago. But CNN International PR posted it 4 hours ago. Why is it funny? Because by that point, there was a search and rescue operation that was being conducted at that point for like 4 hours. Okay? So the fact that they were still like, well, CENTCOM told us it's not real. They have all of their, all of their fleet is accounted for. It was just like, buddy, I don't know if you're seeing this, but the tail is in front of you. Okay? That's our thing. That's our fucking fighter jet. You're looking at pieces of it. It's totally ridiculous to be like, well, what we know at the moment is that the Americans in Central Command have said so far that all their planes are accounted for. I mean, I guess the plane is technically accounted for. It's not a lie. It's just, it's accounted for in Iran, right? It says Europe on it, lip dart. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wonder what the rest of the word is, because it doesn't just say Europe. If anything, them saying that only makes them more incompetent. It's just so transparent that they're lying. I think I will say